Okay, just a heads up. This video won't be a huge professional massive review on the whole game because it's not out yet. It'll just be a review on the first about 5.5 hours I played. Anyway, Theatrhythm. This is a rhythm game series made by Indies Zero on the different series of Square Enix, normally Final Fantasy. There was a Dragon Quest game, but as far as I'm aware, it never left Japan. So for me, there's only the Final Fantasy games because guess what? 3DS is region locked. Theatrhythm Final Fantasy, I actually never played the original, but I did play Curtain Call. It was an okay rhythm game, not my favorite. Project D is still my favorite, next to Dance Dance Revolution. Compared to those two, this game actually felt too simple. I preferred the complexity of different inputs, but still being understandable and capable. But that was then, this is now. The game has a demo out on Switch and PS4, and it's actually grown on me a lot. First, the story! There is one! Get it? Got it? Good! Okay, now the visuals. It's a rhythm game, so what really matters here isn't the character models or sprites, but the visual information given through the notes. And this game actually excels in that. They color-code every single input with clear arrows pointing for directional movements. Red for buttons, yellow for swipes, and green for holds. It's easy to understand, and there's a different color option, I think, there if you're colorblind. But I should probably actually discuss the character designs. They're weird. They actually feel like Funko Pop figures, but they're distinguishable from each other, so the style's actually grown on me quite a bit after I first played the 3DS one. And thankfully, the Moogle is still quite a skrunkle. But you don't play rhythm games for the visuals or story, you play them for the game and music. So, the gameplay. It's seemingly simple. Press any button for the button inputs, move either stick in the arrow's direction for swipes, hold down any button for holds. It's simple, right? Wrong, this game has double inputs now, which are not in the 3DS version. I heard they were in the arcade game, but I actually haven't played that in a while, so I'm not fully sure. Basically, they're what you would expect. Do both of the inputs at the same time. See, that's fine at the beginning, but then you go to stuff like Ultimate Difficulty, where you need to start mixing button slides, tagging between holds. It gets a lot more complex and a lot more exciting. I really like this change. Basically, just do the inputs to the beat of the music when they go over the target. If the rhythm feels off, you can go into configuration and get to sync with your TV's lag. There are 3 stage types, but only 2 are in the demo. There are the battle music sequences and the field music sequences. The battles have 4 lanes and you control all of them, but the fields have just 1 lane, but you need to move the target around to hit all the hold notes. It's easier here than it was on 3DS because it genuinely, I can't put a word to it, but it just feels easier. It isn't an automatic lock-on, but if you just tilt it in the proper direction, it will work properly. Now, alongside these rhythm game mechanics, there are also RPG mechanics, because Final Fantasy is an RPG. You need to set up a party of up to 4 characters from the Final Fantasy series. These characters all fall into specific categories such as healer, magic, physical, and defense. Alongside these categories, they also unlock abilities as they level up from XP gained from the music sequences. During these sequences, you can use a Summon Stone to deal more damage to the enemies, which is one of the 2 scores alongside the normal high score. Now, you'll randomly get Summon Stones, but they also can give a boost to damage, alongside boosting your stats with specific items, which every character has. There's a lot to go into. Basically, if you need help on a stage, try using a different party setup. I can't even go fully into detail because I barely even understand. Look, I just barely did all of Ultimate. I didn't even bother to touch Supreme. Too scared. But how do you get these characters? You do the series quests! This is the new mode to Final Bar Line, where you unlock the songs throughout the game. You must complete every song to get the songs in free play. These quests are game-specific, and they kind of go over the stories of them, but they don't really summarize the plots. More so, just points are redone with fitting music. You see, unlike another rhythm game that had plot and quest mode, this one actually lets you play on any difficulty. Maybe next year. Oh right, I should actually probably discuss the music. It's all pretty good. I just wish they had options to use the remake version of the songs instead of just the NES or Super Nintendo versions. My favorites are probably Battle 1 from Final Fantasy V, Stand Your Ground from Final Fantasy 15, Blinded by Light from 13, and The Land Breathes from Final Fantasy 14. I didn't actually dislike any of these songs. All of them were at the very least decent. So, what did I actually think of the game? I'd recommend it. I'd 100% say download the demo first, but it was a fun rhythm game, and it was fun to master it, because it's very easy to understand. Low skill floor, high skill ceiling. Great game design. 10 out of 10 for a demo, obviously, but I'd say about an 8 out of 10 for, like, what to expect from the game. The demo gives you a ton of content for you to be able to decide if you like it or not. Even if you're not a Final Fantasy fan, I'd say download it, because it might get you interested in the series with the music from greats such as Nobuo Uematsu, Masashi Hamauzu, and Yoko Shimomura, my favorite composer. See, they sold me on it. Can they please stop showing me the damn pop-up now?